Hello, everybody. It's 2021. Welcome back. My name is Tisha, and you are tuning into Tisha Talks Live at 4:45. And I've been off for the last couple of weeks. And let me just say, Happy New Year to everybody. 2 weeks seems like an eternity of being off online and coming back to Tisha Talk. So if it's your first time tuning into this is a live stream that I kicked off in September as a way to challenge myself to go big, to go bold, and to jump on live every Tuesday and Thursday at 4:45 to give some Tisha wisdom, to share some nuggets, to answer a question, to dive into a hot topic of the day, whatever that is. And sometimes I bring in some guests. So thanks for tuning in. I've given myself a 15-minute window. I had a good friend, Conrad, if he's tuning in, he's like, Tisha, I only have 45 minutes for your live stream. And I'm like, oh, okay, trust me, 15 minutes and we are done. I like to keep this short and sweet. I know that all of you have busy lives, and I just want to say thanks for tuning in to this or catching the replay. So Nidal, good to see you. Nidal joining me off of LinkedIn. He said, amazing to see you back, Tisha. Thank you so much. And just a heads up, Nidal and I are actually on live tomorrow on his live stream, broadcasting to LinkedIn and to his YouTube channel. And I'm doing another live tomorrow with a good friend, Desiree. So, hey, thanks so much. If you are on tuning in, please drop me a comment, say hello, tell me where you're from, and we're going to get started. So today I wanted to talk about intentions and what are the intentions we're setting for 2021. And I know that we use that word a lot. We use the word resolution. And I was just kind of, checking on the internet and seeing what people think between the term resolution and the term intention. And when we think about intentions is something that we want to manifest in our life. It's something that it's a principle that we live by. Whereas when we think about resolutions, what happens to resolutions? We all set those resolutions, and within the first couple of weeks, maybe even the first week, maybe even those first couple of months, our resolutions have gone right out the window, right? We set that intention or that resolution of, I want to lose all this weight, I want to do this, I want to get healthy. And then maybe we don't stick with that. So this author that was talking about resolutions versus intentions is saying that resolutions are hard, fast goals. They're either achievable or they are broken. And then we get that ickiness in our stomach of, I set these resolutions and they didn't really stick. Hey, Conrad. Hey, I just mentioned you. I was talking about how you're tuning into this Tisha Talks and you're like, I only have 45 minutes. I'm like, we keep it short. We keep it sweet. We keep going with this. Just some nuggets of wisdom for you guys to tune right in. So we're talking about intention today, and what are some of those 2021 intentions that you have? And then not just what's the intention, what's that plan that you have for this coming year, but then how do you intend to make those things happen? And that's the part that I find a lot of people really struggle with is I have all of these big, hairy, audacious goals. I know what I want to accomplish, but then when it comes to actually executing, that's where they really fall short. So I want to give just some insight on how to keep sticking with those intentions, how to keep sticking with those goals as you move into this new year, so that by the last day of the year, December 31st, 2021, you're like, dang, I hit every single one of those intentions. I did everything I said I would do. Conrad asking me, is it possible? Yes, but is it probable? It is possible. I think that you definitely have to have a plan in place. And when I look at intentions, I look at how is that bigger picture? What is it again that I want to manifest out in my life? And what is the plan that I need to stick to so that I can make that thing happen? And I like to say this too, Conrad, that some of us have these big intentions, and it's not that we're going to accomplish that all in 1 year. Maybe that is drawn out because it's more of a long-term vision. It's a long-term goal. So I'm going to share with you, and Conrad knows this, that I signed up actually to get my real estate license. So I have been doing a lot of personal brand building for clients as a result of COVID and having to pivot and doing some new things, doing some things differently, and then deciding that, this is a step that this is more toward my long-term goal. This is going to help me, create more of that income that I'm looking to make. But it also is something that, that I can do as a supplement to also what I'm doing. So yes, next Monday, diving right in with this intention that by March, I'm done, license done, class is done, and I can breathe a little bit more and keep moving. So I want to just ask you guys, what is that intention? I often hear people tell me that they really want to write a book, right? That's a big lifelong goal for a lot of people. And as someone who has written a couple of books and is currently finishing up these rule of life lessons that I have put on myself to do every single Monday for 52 weeks and have about 12 of them left. I often hear one mistake that people make when you ask someone, well, what is the deadline of this intention or this goal that you have? And there is no deadline. They say, whenever it happens, it happens. And I'm just going to say that that's the wrong way to look at it. If you want to set that intention, you've got to set a deadline to it. You've got to put that in writing. And the best thing to do that I want to say is when I was writing my book, someone actually, a good friend, Lisa, actually put it in her calendar and then screenshotted it for me and sent it back my way. And you know what that does? That instantly holds you accountable to that intention that you have placed on yourself. So if you're thinking about, well, what is that goal? Like Conrad's asking, is it possible? It is possible, but you have to put that in your calendar. You've got to set it up as a deadline, and you have to start working toward that because that deadline is just getting closer. Definitely. So good stuff. What are some of your 2021 intentions? I'd love for you to chime in if you are if you are doing some intentions for this year. I'd love for you to put it in the chat or on the replay. I do check the replay once I am done with this live. So even if you're watching this as a later time, I still go back in and check it. Conrad's saying, publish my book. It's wrote. Wrote is a joke, by the way. Hey, thanks, Conrad. I can't wait to read your book. I think it'll be absolutely phenomenal. I know Conrad, one thing that he mentioned to me earlier in the last year, I should say, was that he was getting ready to launch a YouTube channel. And I think a lot of us are looking at this year as, well, how do I build my presence? How do I build my presence online? Maybe you haven't started yet. Maybe you're just getting into it. But that's definitely setting the intention. And I want to go into this because you guys know I do a whole lot about personal branding and how you stand out with your own personal brand. And it starts with you taking a step. It starts with you setting the intention. It starts with you doing things like this, going on live streams, going on podcasts, getting ready to be more visible. Because I hate to break this to you, but if you're not on social media, you've got to get on social media and you've got to figure it out. No matter how much you hate it, you've got to start embracing it because digital is really, honestly, the way we're moving, right? So setting the intention of getting more online, being visible, interacting, engaging with people is definitely going to help to build your brand, your business, and help you with those intentions going forward. It's just like Conrad's saying, if you write a book and then you just keep it to yourself and you don't ever put it anywhere and you just want to snail mail it or you don't talk about it with anybody, nobody's going to find out about it. So you have to set that intention of, well, what are you going to do with it once you've completed it? It's just like I was telling all of you earlier that I just signed up for real estate classes. I'm a little freaked out. I'll tell you that. It's like going back to college. It's these massive, big books. I know some of you here, Conrad, especially just, being a realtor too. Like I'm freaked out, but I know that if I don't do it, then I'll just constantly think about it. I'll constantly think about, well, why didn't I do it? If you follow me on LinkedIn, I put this really great a post up about the longer you put your dream on hold, the longer it will take you to fulfill it. So stop letting doubt become your reality and start letting optimism become your future. So yeah, freaking out just a little bit, but I know that once I get past that hurdle and once I get past that hump and I finish the classes, then I do it, I'm golden, right? I can still keep moving forward. I've set the intention, I've completed it, and now I can keep moving forward. So I'm gonna look at the chat here a little bit. Nidal's saying, intentions stay intentions until achieved. Maybe we use resolutions to surround us with more discipline to achieve it. Yes, I'm going to agree with that too, Nidal. Intentions, I can intend to do what I want, but if I don't actually put it into action to those achievable goals to start making those things happen, they will remain intentions or they will remain that dream that's in my head. I intend to get my real estate license, but it's going to come to me. I'm not going to put in the work. I'm not going to go take the classes, all of that. So you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. We cannot just keep dreaming about the things that we want. We have to go out and achieve it. I think what I was trying to really share is that sometimes we think of resolutions and we're like, oh, I failed at that resolution. I didn't lose the 20 pounds I thought I would. I gave up and all of that. So I think that if we train our minds to be more intentional about what it is that we want to accomplish and we want to achieve, we will start to move in that direction. And as I was just sharing just a little bit ago, there's several things that you can start doing. Accountability partners, amazing. Get someone to hold you to the fire. I shared with you earlier that when I wrote my book, I was like, I didn't even want to write it. The last book that I wrote, What Are the Odds? I was really, really struggling with writing it. I didn't have a deadline in place, which was the first mistake. And when I mentioned it to a friend, Lisa, she's like, what's the date? I'm putting it in my calendar right now. And I just threw out a date. I said, December 15th, I want my book done. And she's like, fine. She puts it in her calendar. She shows it to me on her screenshot. And I was like, crap. Okay, now it's real. Now it's real. Now I actually have to do that. So I look at it as setting that date or setting that deadline or setting that big event that you're going to do or you're going to accomplish, or like I'm going to take my my real estate license test on this date. Now I have that in the back of my head to keep moving forward, to not let excuses get into my way, to keep it going, to not just slack off and say, I don't think I'm going to take that class. I don't really want to do that today. I don't really feel like it. But instead, looking at that date going, it's not moving. I have to make that work. I've got to get there. So when you look at it that way, in that context of setting it as a date in your calendar, you are more likely to make that happen. Because what happens when you do that? What happens? You start to feel the guilt of, I'm going to push the date out. I'm going to push the date out. I'm going to push it out again. I'm going to push it out again. And then what do they say? Your day becomes a week, your week becomes a month, your month becomes a year, and your year becomes 10 years. It becomes a decade. Then you're like, dang it. Why didn't I finish that? Why didn't I do that? All right, Conrad saying, per the dictionary, resolutions equal a firm decision to do or not to do something. Exactly. Resolutions. I can sit here and say, I have all of these great resolutions, but if I don't put some action behind those resolutions or those intentions, it's going to remain all in my head. It's going to remain me saying and not actually doing. So this is where your 2021 intentions, this is how we start to achieve those intentions when we start to put the action, when we start to put the deadline, and we start to hold each other accountable to what it is you want to accomplish. So you guys all know, now I've told you, I'm getting my real estate license. I've given myself a deadline because March, I'm going to Mexico and I want to be able to celebrate. I don't want to be thinking about, dang it, I missed the test or I didn't do it or now I have to do it again. Like, I want to be done with it because I know that'll help me in my future and that'll help what I'm doing currently with personal branding. Like there's so many things when you look at it and you take a step back and you're like, how does this fit into my bigger picture? Then you start to look at, once I accomplish this, once I fully complete this intention that I have, now I can keep moving forward. All right. I love what you guys are putting up here. You guys are doing this. Hey, Jack Smith. Hello. Thank you for tuning in. We've got good people on Facebook. Hey, thanks so much. I know I saw Barb Tucker Hoffman saying you'll be a great realtor. Thanks. It's not something that, honestly, Barb, it's not something that I want to make like my full-time gig. Who knows? But it is something that really aligns with what I'm doing currently, which is helping realtors and people in super saturated industries with their personal brand. So think of it as more of my value proposition of what I can offer. And in COVID, I started working with a lot more realtors. So it's kind of a funny story because I've had so many people tell me, you would make a dang good realtor. And I'm like, that's good. Even my husband said that to me. And now it's kind of coming full circle. And one of my Tisha talks before, I said that your past always seems to come back up. It always seems to, work itself out and come full circle. And things that you'd heard before are now coming back into the picture. It's a little freaky, but pretty cool. Yes, Nigel, I want to give you the floor here. You said, my intention for this year is what I started is to post daily video under the theme of wishing everyone a good day with a voice of me and leaving a keyword to remember. I launched it this Monday. Yay! Very exciting, Nigel. Congratulations. You know what? That's the first step. That honestly is the first step. Set the intention, do it. Set the intention, do it. Tisha Talks Live, I started this back in September. I have no idea how it's going to pan out. I show up because I promised myself that I would. I could have 0 people on this with me. Nobody could be watching me, and I would still show up because it's my intent to do it, to come on here, to deliver what it is, to share some nuggets, share some wisdom, and to hold myself to the fire, to hold myself and be consistent every single time. So yes, Tuesdays and Thursdays, live at 4:45. You can catch me just right here. Hey, Anthony, I see you on here too. Anthony, you also said you'll be a great realtor. Thank you so much for that vote of confidence. Yes, thank you, thank you. It's a new chapter. It's a new adventure. I figure with Arizona being this hot spot for real estate, I better jump on that. I had better jump on that. Yeah, Nat Handler, your real estate license, cool. Did we talk about this? Yes, Nat, we did talk about this, but I had some cool things happen over the last couple of weeks, and it just solidified my idea. And so here's me. Okay, it's right after Christmas. I'm like, dang it, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Okay, we're doing this. So I signed up for the classes. I picked up my books yesterday, and Monday I start. So the next 6 weeks for me are going to be a little bit crazy. I'll still be coming on Tisha Talks Live, probably very exhausted because I'm taking courses for the next 6 weeks, like 5-hour days, with just courses. But that's the intent. That's the intention of completing it, of using that to keep building on it, to keep moving forward while still doing some of the other stuff that I'm really passionate about. All right. Thank you, Anthony. I love your honesty and authenticity, whether anyone is watching or not. You know what? I'm going to just share this. Sometimes we dictate, well, if nobody's watching, I'm not going to do it. And I have really gotten to this point of if one person is watching and one person got something out of it that I said, or some negative information, that's a big pat on the back. That is a win, 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 win. All right. Like, I'm not here to speak to the millions. I'm here to speak to the one. And if you are the one and I can help you in any way that I can, then that was worth it. That was worth it for me. Even if you didn't watch it live and you caught it on the replay and then you came back and you connected with me, that was worth it. All right. So I just want you to know that's who I am. I'm not about the masses. I'm about the one. I'm about the impact. How do I make that impact on your life so that you keep pushing forward? How do you set the intention and make that thing happen that you want? All right. Oh, Linda Russo, thank you. Thank you so much. Linda and I connected. Actually, she was one of my very first people that showed up on my Tisha Talks Live when I launched it. Didn't know me. We're just connected on LinkedIn, started tuning in, and has been coming ever since. So thank you so much. She's also been a guest, and we've met in person even recently for coffee. So thank you, Linda, for being on for this inaugural 2021 Tisha Talks Live. And I appreciate that. So quick thing. So this Friday, I am hosting Personal Brand Builder Live. And let me tell you, remember how I was saying just earlier, set the date and then work it. Set the date, work it. So many of us get caught up in, I'm going to set the date and then I'm going to cancel the damn thing because nobody's showing up, or it's not going as I planned, or I have no idea. Here's the thing. I set the date and I start to work for it and I start to work at it. And again, I'm not sitting here going, well, maybe 2 people will show up. And if 2 people showed up, awesome for those 2 people. They got more value. They got more of me. They got more time. They got that. And that's all that matters. Like, I'm not going to cancel an event because 2 people showed up. I'm not going to cancel an event if 20 people showed up. Whoever showed up are the right people. Those are the people that are supposed to be there. Those are the people that took the time and invested in themselves and are there. So I've got Personal Brand Builder Live taking place on Friday. And let me tell you, I am literally like, all right, we're doing this. Okay, come hell or high water, we are doing this. And I put it out into the world, started working at it, started sharing it, started promoting it. And whatever happens, happens. But you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. Like, this is the first event I'm doing virtual. I have never done a virtual event. I've always done live events. So to do a virtual 3-hour working workshop with people and having to figure out what it looks like and what happens if the timing's off, who the hell cares? Do it for you, learn. Do it for you, learn. Keep improving on the process, keep going, keep moving. And that's how you set the intention. And that's how you start to crush it in 2021 and beyond. All right. Anthony, he says, I've got screaming kids, gotta run. Have an awesome night and best wishes for your real estate class and testing. Hey, way to invest in yourself. Thank you. Thank you so much, Anthony. Totally get you. Good to see you on here too. And Nidal saying, I'm watching here on LinkedIn and my wife is watching on Facebook. Hey, that's awesome. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. It's great to have so many people jumping in on this live. I'm just looking at who's tuning in here and who's been commenting and who's checking it out on Facebook. And thanks for all the hearts and the likes and awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it. Well, it is 5:05, and as I shared, I really want to be considerate of your time. Live at 4:45 is meant to be a little 15-minute, here you go, here's some Tisha nuggets and some wisdom. Don't forget, if you are interested in Personal Brand Builder Live, it's $10 to come. It's a 3-hour workshop. It's breakout sessions. It's interactive. It's you, me, my guests and panels. And, it's really meant for you to start building your brand in 2021 and having the guidance and the support and the accountability to start making it happen. Tomorrow, I'm doing a special live stream with my dear friend, Desiree Martinez. She's talking about how to be weird on the internet. She's going to be talking about that in the live. She's my special guest speaker. So make sure at 1:30 tomorrow, Mountain Standard Time, that you jump on with me too on this live and ask her some questions as well. She'll be talking and teasing what she'll be sharing at the live event on Friday. And that Friday event from 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Mountain Standard. If you can't make the whole time, don't worry about it. I'd rather you just show, be present, work, put your phone away, and really invest in you for that day. And you can of course grab tickets at personalbrandbuilder.live. I'll put that in the comment. Conrad, I'll see you there. I know you're going to be there as well. So, hey, thanks so much. I really appreciate all of you. Happy 2021. You've made this first live stream a great success for me, and I'm truly honored that you chose to spend your time checking this out, learning how to be more intentional in 2021 and how to really move from just thinking about what it is you want to do to making those things happen. If I can support you in any way, please feel free to DM me or connect with me on LinkedIn or Facebook. And have a great rest of your night, everyone. I'm off to put my mom hat on. So I will catch you guys back tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. and then again Thursday at 4:45 for another Tisha Talks Live at 4:45. Bye, guys.